we would like to welcome Kushan, who is a well-known speaker for GTR. He's been there from our first edition of the GTR, and he's a largest producer of content for this community. Kushan is a senior technical quality engineer and from Kodos from Sri Lanka.
I am an associate tech specialist now.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Kushan would conduct this workshop on automation made awesome with Selenium. We like to hear from you, Kushan. So you can also see more about Kushan on this link. So you can also read about Kushan there. Over to you, Kushan.
Okay, so welcome guys. So hope you guys like to learn Selenium. It's a kind of idea that I got while I was like doing on automation. So I'm a guy who is passionate on test automation, technical testing. So I am a large content producer in YouTube and also LinkedIn. And also I am a speaker in GTR from 2017. So each session I am delivering new things, introducing tools and integrations. So this time I'm just thought of bringing up this Selenium tool. So the main thing about Selenium hold on, I'll share my Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. Okay. So Selenium is a kind of a Selenium wrapper. So it's Java based. So it's we can freely add it to our Maven Java project easily by adding the dependency, and it actually helps a test automation person, a person who's going to start, and even a person who is engaged in test automation to actually reduce the number of lines. That's my main object, and which will actually help the person to learn test automation, bring more motivation to it, and also reduce the coding time. And it's like not like normal Selenium. So it uses Selenium, the latest Selenium 3, but not 4. Still, it's not launched. So what happens is it will bring all the good things in Selenium plus most of the integrations that we need when it comes to automation. Whereas normally the QA automation professionals has to, for example, go here and there and research when they get some challenges. So I'm planning to bring all these things into one single, Selenium wrapper. So I have just started this project as a free project. I'm going to make it open source so that I might get some more people to contribute on this. So it was started in May. So the latest version is 2.2. So this is the Selenium dependency that we had to add, and we can kickstart Selenium. This is the Selenium dependency. So we can just kickstart Selenium with the Selenium commands. So without waiting further, let's start the automation. Let's start going to the coding. First of all, you guys can create a new project. Does everyone know how to create a new Maven-based project in Eclipse? I hope you guys have installed JDK 1.8 and Eclipse Oxygen. Is there any questions? Okay. So first of all, what we had to do is we had to create a Java Maven project. So just select the Maven project option from new and just check this create simple project, and we move into the screen where we give the group ID and artifact ID. For example, for here, just we are doing a workshop to, look and feel, the feel of coding with Selenium. So you can give any name, Selenium script. And I will just give the same thing to the artifact ID. So once created, so it will create, build a just Maven-based Java project. So once done, you guys have to go to the pom.xml file. And select the pom.xml tab and add the dependence. So we have to give the first dependencies tag, close and open tag. And we have to go to Google. Okay, type Maven Selenium, and you will get the first search entry to my Maven repository. So select Selenium here, and the latest version 2.2. And we had to simply, copy this dependency entry and paste it in our pom.xml file. And for some browsers, for some IDEs, it will actually start, downloading when we try to save the pom.xml file. But if not, we have to go here to the project and go to the Maven menu item and select update project and click on force update. So it will start, downloading the necessary jar files which uses Selenium. Any questions up to here, guys? If someone actually needs to speak up, it's I don't mind, they can speak up if they have any doubts. Is it fine, Nate? Anyone can speak, right?
Yep. Please.
Yeah.
So how can we adapt this for a C# based frameworks?
Okay, so my first initiative was actually, what's your name?
Priya.
Okay, Priya. So my first attempt was to create a Java-based wrapper. So currently, I'm looking into doing the same thing in C#. So I am going to. So my roadmap is to add more functions to the Java-based one, the Selenium, but C# based. Also, I'm trying to launch a NuGet package for C#. Maybe it might take another 1 month. So the same functions will be implemented in the C# NuGet package. And also my target is to create a Python package also, so that I don't want to deprive, I don't want to restrict people to only use Selenium. So I want them to, I want to expand the horizons. So it will be available soon.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. So it will be like a Selenium project, but maybe I might have to make this a community project soon, as soon as possible, because only me, I cannot manage like several projects like Selenium and the NuGet package of it, and also the Python package, and also I'm trying to put a Node package, so that will also run in JavaScript. So there's a big roadmap coming in. Okay, so once we have done this, so you can see it has downloaded the Selenium package also here. Okay. So it includes Selenium here, right? So what we are going to do is next, here we have the Selenium package. So the next thing is we have to create actually a a package. So we'll take source main Java, create a package, say my Selenium, and then we move into a class. So first of all, we'll just do a basic, login script. Okay. So then next one, we will do the page object model in Selenium, right? So we say Selenium test, and we create a class, right? So what I've done is I have create a same project here. So first of all, in this class, we had to import so Selenium uses TestNG. So there are TestNG assertions that we had to use. Okay, so first of all, we had to enable the TestNG library from the build path. If you have installed it with the Eclipse IDE, so you have to add the library from TestNG, from the add library option. You have to add the TestNG. Next, finish and apply close. Okay. Once it's done, you have to import TestNG assertions. Then Java your exceptions, because it needs an exception when we close the browser, and also the test annotation, since we have to denote it as a test, and we have to import the Selenium class. So we have to put import GitHub LK Kushan 101 Selenium. Okay. So are you guys doing this?
Guys, feel free if you have stuck or if you have any issues, unmute yourself and you can also speak.
Shall I send this in chat?
Yep, please.
Yeah. Okay, when you are copying this, it's better to copy this content into Notepad and take it, because there are some invalid characters coming in when we take it directly from chat. So, and the other one is so I will also send the link. This is the link where you get the dependency. So there is also a Git book of commands that I have used.
Hi, Kushan. This is
Yeah.
Akhil.
Yeah, Akhil.
Yeah, what I'm asking, once we put this this library, Selenium library, so we are doing that scripting on top of the Selenium, right? So
yeah, it is running on top of Selenium.
So we can use the same scripting method with Selenium, but we are using that. Or do we have a separate method to do some?
Yeah, because some of the methods I have wrapped it up. So if we have 2 or 3 lines, it's wrapped up to 1 line. So that makes the life easy. So, and also Selenium has a facility to even validate PDF documents, PDF images, online images, all these things, and it has been integrated with TestNG matrices reporting. So you don't have to, like on Selenium, you don't have to, integrate all these things separately. So it's all in. It comes in a, like a 12-in-1 product.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. So this is the Gitbook link. And what happens in here? So in my test method, if I say new Selenium, so your browser will get actually, you don't have to give the Chrome drive also here. You don't have to give, it has been integrated with the WebDrive manager, right? So once you give this command, actually, and if you run it, you can see the browser comes up and it gets maximized automatically. So all these commands are wrapped into one command. So new Selenium is where this is for to open up Chrome browser. But if you go to GitHub, the Git book, so here, this is to open up Chrome. So if you want to open up Chrome headless, you say true. So then it will start headless. If you want to open up in Firefox, this is how you parameterize it. So it starts in Firefox. If you want start in Firefox headless, it will start in Firefox headless. So that you don't, so when in a traditional Selenium, you have to give three lines, right? To initialize the browser, to specify if you are looking, if you are using the local Chrome driver, you have to specify that and everything. Or else even the WebDrive manager, but all these things are, wrapped into one single line. Okay. So what we do here is we go to this particular Guru 99 site. And we try to log in, okay, with the user ID and password. Okay, and click on login, and we go to the next home page, and we verify that I will be logged into the home page successfully. So that's what we do. So you have to say new Selenium, then selenium.go. It will go navigate to that particular URL. Then Selenium type. So you can say by.name, how you access it. So you can simply go here and inspect the element. And you can see name equals UID. So then name equals UID. Then I put the the username, password, then login. Okay. Then I assert it. Then I close the browser. Shall I send this in Teams?
Please go ahead.
So some things like this one, so I have just name it as, I might have to change these names, but I have put it as intelligent click. So if you have some elements which has text values, rather than going here, right clicking and inspecting and getting the XPath or the ID. So what I've done in here is I have invoked this method with the text value logging. So it will automatically search the element which has this text value, and it will click on it. So everything is like, makes life easy. I want to make the life of an automation engineer very easy. How are you guys going through? AT, hope the guys are doing well.
Yeah, Kushan.
Yeah, I think they don't have doubts, right?
Yep. Has any doubts? Please unmute yourself and speak up. Hello. Does anyone have doubts?
Everyone is enjoying, or
Yes, Kushan.
yeah. It's just the idea that I want to, give, but I want to expand this more.
Kushan, there is a question there. There is an
Yeah.
error. They have posted it in the Slack. Sorry, Teams.
JFAJ loadcast failed. Okay, that is might be a logger default, no logger implementation. Okay. This is not from that. I think it's from the environment. You might, it's something to do with the IDE. So you might have to add this dependency. I'll send
Can
it.
try add this dependency?
Yeah, this dependency should be there. It's not from Selenium. I think it's from some outside version. The version you might have to take it from I think Maven repo. Maven. I'll get it from here. The other one is JPFS. Simple binding. See. You have to get it from here. Hope this worked. Pranav, did this work?
Pranav, can you unmute yourself and confirm whether this helped you?
Okay.
Still trying. Thank you, Pranav.
What about other guys?
Kushan, I am facing a small issue. When I creating a new project, would I have to mention Maven project, or after the created new project, I can import that dependency?
Yeah, you have to create a Maven project, create a simple project. Then you have to give the group ID and artifact ID, any name that you prefer. Then finish it. And in the pom.xml file, you have to give the dependency. Correct?
Okay, okay.
And you have to update the Maven project with the, because it has to download all these jar files. So if you have successfully run this, since this is integrated with TestNG matrices report, we'll actually get a. So this is my one. So you'll get in the test output report. When you run it with the date timestamp, you will get an HTML. So this is actually integrated with Adhiral Shiva's, who was at QFox. Adhiral Shiva's TestNG matrices reporting. So the reporting is already integrated with Selenium, TestNG based reporting. So that we don't have to, when we are going to create a framework out of this, we don't have to go and explicitly, use any other dependency or do any coding. It's already built in. Any questions, my friends?
Guys, feel free to post any other questions that are not just specific to this one. Like you can also ask questions to Kushan. Kushan is loves to take questions and he's share his thoughts as well. Hope that's okay with you, Kushan.
Yeah, I'm fine. So Priya, how is it going on?
I'm able to add without any issues.
Okay. You were able to run it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Akshay, how is it going?
Free to unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm building up the project.
Okay, cool.
Just one question.
Yeah.
So, what is the main difference between this Selenium and Serenity framework? Because I currently work on Serenity framework. So, in that also, we can see that if we compare that framework to Selenium, then it is also a wrapper of Selenium. That is, there are number of, for example, if there is one function of 20 lines. So, in Serenity, it ultimately becomes of 2 or 3 lines. So, what is the difference other than that?
Okay, so I have not much worked with Serenity, but when you initialize a browser, is there one single line, or whether you have to give 2 or 3?
It's a one single line only. It's a kind of implementation of, we can say, behavioral driven development. So the functions in Serenity framework are more from the perspective of the user. So they're user friendly. Like simply the function, reading the function name, you can simply say that you can understand what that function actually does.
Yeah, it's more like English based, right? So what they are done is, okay, for example, I might be able to do that same thing, because what they have done is So they have wrapped up the functions into one single command, say for example, Java command. Okay. So then what happens is they have mapped that one into a more English-like statement, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this one is still, I started this project on May 2020. Then my main objective is to first to wrap up the functions, right? And also some of the things that QA engineer, some of the, when it comes to an automation in person, we are getting certain when we want to even have reporting. Okay, so if we are using Selenium, because there are Serenity guys who are using, but more of the people are into Selenium. So if we take the automation industry itself, we can see like 80% of the people are using Selenium based commands, Selenium Java. So my main objective was to reduce that complexity into single lines, right? And the other one was to also is like to, now when it comes to automation, we will get certain challenging tasks, like okay, to verify an online image, okay, with a local one, or with a local one, the online image, once the image is uploaded, we have to match that image is equal. Or when we want to if we want to validate a PDF contents in the PDF, because there are applications which generate PDF reports, so and the images in the PDF document. So all these things the automation engineer has to go in search of these kind of dependencies, the methods and everything. What happens here is all these other kind of external challenges, I'm trying to bring it to the single API. Okay, so that is another difference between Selenium and Serenity BDD. So those are the things that I want to bring. Now I am in the future, I want to integrate Selenium with accessibility testing. So there are dependencies for accessibility testing, but the QA automation person has to go and get that dependency and use have to code them. So here it's a matter of adding Selenium dependency and calling that single line, and it will it has all that single line will have all this accessibility automation implemented inside. So these are the things that I'm going to do. Then I'm going to integrate with Zep proxy, but sometimes there are a bit of coding implemented, but I am going to wrap those code and I'm going to give it in a single line, so that it makes the life of a once those commands are added, I will be documenting them. So if the person wants to do a client side performance testing using Selenium, right? So all these things, he doesn't have to go and find the dependency, go and find what are the commands, the functionality used. He has to simply add the Selenium dependency and going through this Git book. Okay, so if I want to do accessibility testing, this is the single line that I have to call. Or it might have a overloaded method also, where he can customize the stuff and you also do it, but it reduces the effort of him to go and search all these things. But nowadays, if we find Catloon Studio, yeah, we have the Selenium. It's also a tool that is based on Selenium, but it doesn't have these kind of things. So that's what I am going to bring all these things into one. Hope that's fine, Akshay, right?
Do you have any tutorials, Kushan, regarding this?
I have done 1 or 2 tutorials, but I'm planning to launch this full scale next year beginning. So then tutorials are there, but there is a Git book which will have the methods that I'm using.
Yeah, thanks, question. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having some network issues, so unable to mute.
Okay. So I'm trying to differentiate between all the other products. So
yes, got it.
Yeah. More video tutorials will come, more tutorials will come to do to do with Selenium. So there will be a more interactive website coming up. So it will be like, plus of a Selenium project. It will be using Selenium, but it will have additional methods. So that's my main objective, and it will be like Selenium, where it will be available in all the languages. Currently, it's only Java, but I had to work hard, but I might get some of the people to work with me. It's like an open source community project. So it will be launched full scale so that people can bring up their ideas also. So how were you all able to run this up? Run this small program? Akhil, were you able to do it?
Still, my libraries are installing, Kushan.
Okay.
Then
Okay, Mrinal. Okay. Yeah, you can try do a Maven clean and start it up again. Might be then be a network issue. Mrinal, can you speak up?
Kushal, hi.
Hi. I think it might be a network issue. If you can, if there is a kind of a stop button, you can stop it and go and do a Maven update again. Right click here and do a Maven update.
Okay, let me try. Thanks.
I think Maven repo has load balancing, right?
Yep.
Maybe is it because all of us are downloading from the same location? Is it?
Well, we are all remote, right?
Yeah.
So location is different.
Yeah. Anyone completed this one?
Yep, Pranav completed.
Okay, cool. We have one winner. How about Priya, right? Any others?
Yes, feel free to ask your questions over here as well, and also you can put it on Slido as well.
there's another one exercise that I had to go through. That is the page object model. Those who have done it can create another project. Okay, so I'm going to break these two pages into page classes using Jalenium way. Okay, create project called Jalenium page object, a project named Jalenium page object, anything that you like. Then in that project, after it builds, add the Jalenium dependency as we did earlier, and create a package called pages and a package called test. Okay, so in the login, it's like the Selenium. So we have to import the by of Selenium. Once we are going to locate the elements using this by class, and also Jalenium, right? So then after that, we don't have to add this one. Okay, so like earlier Selenium, we are not going to add the Jalenium driver, a temporary driver in each page class, but we are going to define the elements for that page class which represents that page. Okay, then we are not going to overload the the constructor. We are simply calling a method, and the parameters the value that we pass from the test case, and we call Jalenium.type. Okay, and I'm going to give this particular element name, and I'm going to pass the string, so it will type. Okay, Jalenium type, then Jalenium click. Okay, login. Then I will be creating a composite method having all these methods that I defined as a one whole login to Guru99. Okay, so string and string username, string type username and password will be passed from the test case, and it will execute these methods. So I will, and also home page, I'm going to verify that the dashboard has has the logged in username, so that it ensures me that I have logged into the site. Okay, I'm going to send these classes so that anyone who has completed can implement the page object model in Jalenium. So it has reduced the number of lines and effort compared to the Selenium page object model. So in the test case, what we have done is we have imported the necessary classes. Okay, I have imported the two page classes, test annotation and the Jalenium. So I start the browser Chrome, go to the site, then I instantiate an object from the login page class that I have here. Then I call the login to Guru99 with the parameters. We can make this data driven from JSON files, and then home page, then assert, all these things here, and close the browser. So I'm asserting whether this home page get username, which is a home page class method, is equal to this. But in the future, I will be also doing inbuilt methods where we don't have to implement even Excel reader using Apache POI in Jalenium, so that we have a single line to read data from an Excel sheet. And we don't have to put the Apache POI to dependencies to read data. All these things will be included in the Jalenium jar file itself, the Jalenium dependency. So it makes the life easy. You don't have to go here and there and get all these methods, find all these methods. It's one-stop place to do everything. And also JSON files, I will be adding another data-driven methods to read from JSON file data and data from JSON files, and also XML files. So this is the test case, test script. I'll send that also from MS Teams. So it will be like making the life easy. So all what I have researched in this 3 years, I have practiced automation in Selenium, web services automation, mobile automation, 50 plus tools I have gone through, created frameworks in Python, then Java, .NET, JavaScript. So what I want is to lower the effort of a test automation professional when it comes to automation coding. So to give all the features that are essential for them to do automation in one whole API. So the guys who have completed the first exercise can go through this one. And also I would like the people who are here to give me views on this API. You can give the bad parts of it also. Mostly welcome you all. And also how you like to have certain other features here implemented. And what is your feedback about this? How you like this to be improved? All these things I will give my email address and my WhatsApp, so we can talk out, have a chat, and I can get your feedback also. Apart from what ATA is trying to capture, because I need the community to help me to build this up. So guys, have you all finished the first one?
I think everyone is still working over there, busy.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
My one is running, Kusha. My one is running.
Working?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good. How is it? Good?
Yeah.
Guys, while you're working, if you have any questions, feel free to post.
How's my friend Pranav?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Sir, very well, sir. Sir,
Okay.
trying the second one now.
Okay, cool. So that fixed, right?
Yeah, what, sir?
Or that issue got fixed, right?
Yes, sir. It worked perfectly, first one.
Okay, awesome. Good.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Yes, sir. The second one is that one. No Kushan, that page object model. Second code.
Yeah, page object model. I just want to create a kind of a fully fledged automation framework out of Selenium. So page object model is something that which will promote the reusability. So the reporting is already there. So my next objective is to, in the next version, I want to release the data-driven capability also in a single line, so that you guys, it's easy for you guys to do everything in one place. The time you guys take it to implement other methods, research them and implement them into your frameworks will take time, right? But if you have single thing, everything in your hands, it makes your life easy, and it will reduce the effort on automation. Plus, it will actually, help you all to deliver the automation scripts early.
Kushan, while those are doing, so we have another 30 more minutes. So if you
Okay.
have anything else as well, please.
Okay. So in the test output folder, you will get the reports generated automatically for your each test run. You guys can email me your ideas, your suggestions also. My email. This is my WhatsApp. I'm from Sri Lanka. So I'm planning to do the .NET version of Selenium. I might call it a different name, a NuGet package. So anyone who is interested to develop with me is most welcome. They can contact me through WhatsApp, even in Python. Okay, so that anyone who is interested, and it is a community project, so it will be not only my name, that person's name will be also there if he or she is willing to help. So if it's a couple of you guys want to do it, so the next ATA GTR 2021, we all of us who are contributing can come and do the workshop as a joint thing. Hopefully, when COVID goes out, hopefully we think COVID will move out from into 2021. So how is it going, second one, guys?
Second one also completed.
Cool, very cool.
We have 8 more minutes. Like if you have any more questions, Kushan, please feel free to ask your questions. We have some more interesting things come after this, so feel free to post any questions that you have.
So Kanta, right? How are you with Selenium? Pranali, what do you think about Selenium? Pranav, what do you think about Selenium?
Sir, very interesting tool, sir.
Cool.
Easy to use.
Thank you. Akhil, what is your feedback?
Kushan is trying. Wait, I'm going to run this project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Krishna, how are you?
Yes, page object model works.
Cool. Thanks. So what do you think about the tool? Not it's a tool, it's an API kind of.
Yeah. In school, when I will try some more tutorials. I will apply in my ongoing projects and I will.
Okay.
Hope everyone done with the 2 exercises that Kushan presented. If you have any more questions, please feel free.
I have ran that test successfully, but I'm getting test.ng failed status as failed. It's mentioning unable to locate the element TR class heading 3.
TR class heading 3. Okay. So the test failed, right? Your one.
It failed, yeah, but the test has been ran.
Oh, test ran, but it failed. Okay. Yeah. Right. I think you have to have a one. I think you have to have a session. Yeah. Hold on.
I think the home page.
Okay. Can you comment this line and run it again? If not, we might have to add this thing, explicit wait. I think it's because of the
Okay.
slowness. Yeah. Asset element present, just put this one. So it will actually, there's a explicit wait inbuilt one. But if not, just comment this and run and see.
Yeah, now test is passed.
Okay. So it might be this slowness in loading. So you can have explicit wait there, but in my upcoming version, it will be integrated to there.
Thanks, Kushan.
Okay. So how about this? Hope others have completed this successfully.
Hi, Kushan. It was a wonderful session. I think if no more questions, we can call it a close. Also, we have a poll for this session, which is also enabled. So once again, Kushan, we thank on behalf of ATA and also all the participants